This is the first time I've jumped in over 40 years. In honour of those brave parrots on D-Day, we're doing a low-level jump, jumping between 180 and 240 metres. First up, Freddie. Then Ian. I'm next. Here I go. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, check. I'm dropping at over 6 metres per second. Oh, blinking hell! Oh, I'm creating crop circles here. Where's Freddie? Oh,
that hurt my back, mate.
Freddie, where are you?
Oh, I can't walk, mate.
I'm Bruce Crompton. Wagons roll! I buy, sell and restore military kit.
5,000 got you. You got.
Fire in the hole! Let's have some. Who is the money man?
Let's not big it up too much, yeah? Because we're going to make the bid for it, mate.
I know.
Ex-Para Freddy. Warren! The weapons expert. Slow down! And there ain't a piece of machinery the twins, Phil and Nick, can't fix. Action! Together, we've been on some mega adventures.
There are worse jobs. Yeah, that's what people keep saying.
And this is Combat Dealers Reloaded.
Thing is, Bruce, you've got so much stuff here, you need some sort of focus. Is it just going to be a general airborne one, or...?
It's going to be a general airborne, but the emphasis is going to be on that Arnhem. I've got a lot of Arnhem stuff, right? There's so much from the parachute regiment from the war, but I've got a lot of materials from these places. Upstairs, I've got a lot of material from Pegasus Bridge, a lot of stuff. We can include that. I'm interested in the airborne forces, all of them, but for me, it's the parachute regiment. The parachute regiment is...
Finest airborne force in the world.
Oh, no question about it. And it's something I'm very, very proud to say I was involved in.
Can you remember your first jump?
Yes, 100% Western on the Green, out of a barrage balloon.
Yeah.
You drop 200 foot before your parachute opens, and I loved it.
It's like one of the most exhilarating things ever. Then you progress from that to the aircraft, and that's really exciting. Then you might have a bit of a bad landing, and you think, well, I ain't too keen about that.
Look how young I look there.
True, innit? We were soldiers and young ones.
That was one of my first aircraft drops.
Everyone who was ever in has probably got these two photographs.
Yeah.
One of their first jump and one of them inside the aircraft they jumped from.
Yeah.
So you've got all these photos here. Why have you got this big picture of some other bloke?
You're joking. Look at that. That's me.
No, isn't it?
That's me. Look at me. Look. I'm telling you, look at that lovely hair. Beautiful hair right there.
How old were you in that?
I must have been 23, 24, something like that. That uniform is... It's here somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, that's that uniform, right?
You've got the blue badge of courage.
Yeah. I mean, nothing compared with what you did, Freddie, obviously.
Freddie and I are both ex-Paras. For us, what we do is personal.
Yeah, Phil, Nick, Freddie, come and have a look at these little gems that have turned up.
Turn it up the other way, it looks like a British drop container.
Exactly right. It's a British drop container. And this is a German Fallschirmjäger drop container in good condition.
In World War II, when paratroopers jumped out of planes, these canisters were dropped out after them. In effect, it's their luggage. I picked up these because collectors are willing to pay dearly for a full, authentic paratrooper kit.
This one, Freddie, is for you.
It's come from the Battle of Arnhem. So this is a bit of British airborne history. We need to get it coated with some sort of rust preserver or whatever, but it's got to retain its originality as something that's been sat on a drop zone for 70 years, you know? See if you can work your magic. I want to repack it with exactly the right contents
that he would have had for the model. You know, by the time you've spruced this up, opened it, put all the gear in, and it looks right, that'll be a lovely item that I've got a guy already that will take.
It's got the serial number, and he's got this, the manufacturer's code, because they used codes during the war.
The serial numbers are a good start, but we need someone who knows what it means. And I know just the fella. A Dutch bloke called Mark Van Til.
Hello, Mark, how you doing?
Fine, how you doing? I did some research on the FL numbers.
Right, OK, and what was in that one?
Yours had ammunition, there was also a radio inside, and then all protected by those cushions made of horsehair.
Horsehair?
Yes.
Does it matter what colour the horse is or not? Sue's horse is black and white, and it's going to be bald shortly. I'm after any sort of good airborne equipment. You got anything you can help me with?
I might have for you something special. A complete German paratrooper uniform.
What, original, all like 100% pucker?
It's perfect, Bruce. Really,
it?
like mint condition.
Put a Brucey sticker on that, and I'll make arrangements to get out there ASAP.
No problem at all.
All right, mate. Look after yourself, Mark. Well, we've had a touch there, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen,
Brilliant.
it's right up my street.
Yeah.
Let's go and get sorted out with this container,
Yeah.
right? I'll go and get these clippers, but we've got to do this on the quiet, right?
Yeah, right.
You can shave the horse's backside,
Oh,
not
thank you
me.
very much.
Before we head off to Holland to see Mark, me and Freddie are going on a little road trip closer to home. We need no excuse to go on an airborne pilgrimage, and where better to start than with the airborne heroes of D-Day. In the pitch black of midnight, ahead of the D-Day beach landings, Halifax bombers towed 6 gliders containing a platoon of the British Airborne Division on a mission to secure the vital Pegasus Bridge in Normandy. This was the beginning of what became known as the longest day. Failure was not an option. The Allied soldiers were depending on the success of the airborne mission.
I'm all excited. I've been here for years.
Dave Ucklebridge has been collecting militaria for the best part of 50 years.
Oh, lovely, Dave.
It's rammed, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Are they all ammo boxes?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to leave, mate. I'll only come down here to spend a couple of quid. Is this the glider rib piece you told me about?
Yeah.
This is from a horse glider?
The rib of the fuselage.
Right.
Like if you go down, like if you imagine the fuselage as a tube.
Yeah.
And this is one of the ribs that would go all the way around the fuselage.
Right.
This might look like a bit of old firewood, but as I recently discovered on a trip to France, looks can be deceiving.
What's that, an old rope? An old tow rope?
This is a complete rope for glider.
So this is a horse glider tow rope?
Yes.
Right?
It could just be any bit of old rope.
No, it ain't, mate. That's the communication cord.
Yes.
Right? Goes right the way through the rope so that they can talk to the towing plane.
Yeah, that's from Pegasus Bridge, huh?
Ooh. How many people were in these things?
The Horser could be fitted with 32 seats, but I only ever really put 28 in because that's how many blokes was in an airborne platoon. Once they got on these things, it was definitely a one-way journey.
Lots of them didn't actually make their destination, did they?
The Pegasus Bridge was taken by the airborne troops in only 10 minutes. But less than 3 months later, another vital crossing over the River Rhine was a bridge too far. Once on the ground, the glider pilot wasn't going home, so he became part of the infantry. In the Battle of Arnhem alone, more than 200 of them were killed.
This is the section of a glider that was going to Arnhem. It was shot down and crashed. The crew were killed in it.
Right. I don't want to haggle about things like this because it's a little bit more than having a deal on something.
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
so it's something that'll be close to my heart.
I think the fair and the good price would be that £700.
£700. Job done, mate. Thank you very much.
Oh, great. If you sort those wheels out,
Yep.
I'll get the oil can and go round everything that moves. There's a problem with this handle. I think this hole is actually too small. I'll file it out. That sounds like a good idea. Done. Now all we've got to do is find out what would have gone in it.
Hey, Phil, Nick, come and have a look at this. You ain't going to believe what's turned up here.
What's that?
Look, just come and watch what's turning up. You got to guess what it is.
Oh, wow. It's a lorry.
It is a Dakota, the most iconic aircraft of the Second World War. Unbelievable. I can't believe we've got this thing, right? Look at it.
This is the rear end of a Dakota fuselage. Not just any Dakota. This one is known to have actually flown on D-Day itself.
900 of these dropped over 25,000 troops on D-Day. I mean, for me, this is just marvellous.
The name Dakota actually stands for Douglas Aircraft Company Transport Aircraft. It started life as a DC-3, designed by the aviation engineer Donald Douglas in the 1930s, and it revolutionised air transport. When the war started, it was modified so that it could tow gliders, and a large cargo door was added at the back to carry vehicles.
I want to put it back in the original colours that it was in the Second World War when it was delivered. And, you know, it's all about, like, paying homage to these guys.
Well, that's good. I thought you might want to hang it up in the shed.
Well, hang on a minute. I've got to tell you, what a cracking idea. And we could have a paratrooper jumping out of it. What a homage and an honour to be able to do that for the guys that flew this air. Oh, it's a great idea, really.
I surprise myself sometimes.
Yeah. Listen, honestly, that's a cracking idea. Go to the top of the class. So, let's get started.
Nice one. Knocked into that, didn't you? Yep.
Next, Freddie and me make a great escape.
Well, I can't see nothing. It's black.
A Dutch bloke takes me to the cleaners.
You must think about 12,500.
And it's all downhill for Freddie.
Where's the brakes? He can't stop.
We've arrived in Holland and our airborne pilgrimage is taking us to meet a dealer mate of mine, Mark Van Til, who tells me he has some rare German parakeet. During the war, it was raining men in Holland. The sky was dark with parachutes and soldiers. This was Operation Market Garden, which led to one of the biggest paratrooper battles of World War II. Before we get to Mark's, I'm taking Freddie on a little detour.
Now, it's along here somewhere, so I've wanted to come here for a while.
We're standing on the edge of a drop zone where in September 1944, the first British airborne landed ahead of the Battle of Arnhem. Jeeps were flown in on huge Horsa gliders so that the first troops on the ground, the reconnaissance unit, could get to Arnhem Bridge quickly before the Germans figured out what was going on.
As they got here, they got ambushed by the Germans up there, so they used this culvert under the railway. Over 2,000 guys went through this and continued the fight towards Arnhem. So it's a bit of a lifesaver.
So if it wasn't for that culvert, this whole part of the operation could have come to a complete
stop. Yep. So we jump in and have a go, yeah?
Yeah, why not?
Right. Here we go.
Sure as it's going to fit?
Yep, definitely. Even with your hat on.
I don't know.
There you go. Plenty of room here.
Oh, in for a penny, in for a pound. Ready?
Go on, see how far she can go through. Go on, gun it.
And I can't see nothing. It's black.
To the paratroopers, racing through this tunnel meant the difference between life and death.
All right, I'll see a bit now. There we go.
Yeah. How was that? Awesome, mate. Absolutely awesome.
Right, let's get this thing painted. What colour we got? We got this olive drab colour. The Americans used olive drab in the First World War. It's a mix of black and a browny yellow colour called ochre. And it's exactly how this plane would have looked on D-Day. You can do the messy job. All right. That's not bad coverage, is it? That's pretty good. What do you reckon? Let that coat? That'd do. Yeah. So, yeah, we got green in this section here, and this whole section back here will be the black and white stripes, won't it? That's it. The D-Day stripes. To defend D-Day troops from the Luftwaffe, Allied anti-aircraft guns were trained on the skies. But they didn't want to knock out their own planes. So Allied aircraft used in the D-Day operations were painted with large black and white stripes. How's he done?
Yeah, done that.
Give his hand with the masking on the other side.
Yeah.
That's turned out really well. That's going to look really good when it's all finished. I think Bruce will be happy with that.
The Second World War was the first time combat soldiers were dropped out of planes into combat. An army of heavily armed blokes falling from the skies must have been a strange and terrifying sight. A new kind of war in which the Germans were pioneers. They called their airborne troops Fallschirmjäger, or parachute hunters.
So you reckon he's round here somewhere, then?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, Bruce, here's my room.
Thank you. Oh, stone me.
Blimey, some stuff in here.
Blooming hell, mate, I didn't know it was going to be anything like this. This is all original gear as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, brand new.
Mate, I've got to tell you got stuff in here I've been dreaming about. The mannequins are fantastic as well.
This is the box. And there's a mint condition
Lovely.
helmet.
God, look at that.
It's never been issued, has it?
Never been issued. No.
That's lovely, that is. Trousers, yeah?
Yeah, that's maybe the most difficult part of the whole mannequin.
Trousers are always difficult to find because people wore them after
What's the
whatever they
problem?
could. To find them in that condition is incredible, really.
Oh, now this is the piece de resistance, yeah?
Fantastic smock. The best you ever will find.
Unbelievable.
Original sewn eagle, camouflaged eagle, original zips.
Really nice. Clean, are they?
Yes, so far they are.
Okay. Underpants and shirt.
300 in total.
300. The trousers.
That's the most difficult part of the whole tunic. You must think about 12,500. The boots we're talking about 4,500. Smock in this condition, I was thinking about 14,000.
What you got there now, Freddie? 48,735. You can buy off a village in the north of England with that. If I said 39,000, I mean, that's 10,000 off.
I know it's a lot of money, and of course, I wish you the best, but the 10,000 I can't.
I can go to 40. 40,000 euros.
I wish to give it to you for 40, but I really can't, Bruce. I can't. What do you think about 45 then?
I mean, 45 is just too rich, mate. It's just too rich.
Let's meet in the middle. 43, if it helps to you.
42.5 helps.
Ah, okay.
42.5, yeah?
We have a deal.
Do you take a check? No,
That was a bit pricey, but worth every penny. German para uniforms are extremely rare. We're off to drop in on another Dutch dealer.
Here he is. Dan, good morning, my friend.
Hi, Bruce.
How the devil are you, all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nice to see you. Now, listen, obviously we come the way. The Arnhem things I spoke to you about, could we have a look at those?
For sure.
Anything to warm me up, I'm keen to do.
I have some very nice, interesting car stuff, Flex.
Oh, so you got a well bike?
Yeah, that's not an original one. Here's a very nice one, but I will never sell this one. This is an original.
I mean, I suppose they're quite difficult to find them in that condition now.
Yeah, this is very hard to find.
I might have known Freddie would have clocked the well bikes. These funny-looking things were actually small enough to fit in a parachute drop container and could be removed, set up and started in just 11 seconds.
Listen, never mind about that. Is that a glider pilot's helmet?
Yeah, that's a very rare one.
Could I have a look at that?
For sure.
How comes everything's very rare in this country? I've been looking for a glider helmet. I mean, I was actually looking for one probably in a bit better nick than that, but is this from here, from Osterbrook?
This is 100% from here.
That, for me, is really interesting. How much would that be?
No, I don't know. No.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a good price. If I gave you 2,000 euros for that, how would that be? It's a good price, you know it is.
It's...
2,000.
Okay.
Come on, well done. Well, I'm happy, but there's one other thing. Would there be any possibility, because I know Freddie is a bit embarrassed to ask, could he have a go on that?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah?
We can do it.
Lovely.
Yes.
All right.
Imagine you just landed on the drop zone, you pulled this out of the container, and you've got to get the blooming thing going.
And it don't stop. He's like a big kid. Where's the brakes? He can't stop. Here, look at that, look. Look at the great big Pegasus flag here. Now that's just one. All along the road here, you'll see airborne flags everywhere.
Freddie and I have arrived in the city of Arnhem in Holland, a place that feels like home from home for ex-paratroopers like us. The Pegasus flag is the historic symbol of the British Parachute Regiment, and it's proudly displayed all over town.
The locals here, after all these years, still respect the paratroopers that came to liberate them in 1944.
The battle here in September 1944 was part of an offensive codenamed Market Garden. The object was to liberate the Netherlands, cross over the River Rhine and encircle Germany's heavy industry and weapons manufacturing in the Ruhr Valley, bringing war to an end by Christmas 1944. To achieve this, the Allies, led by the British, had to capture 8 bridges. The last one was at Arnhem. This, as the famous movie showed us, was a bridge too far.
Well, this is it, the old Frost Bridge, mate. Frost being the right word for it, it's about -8.
It was the British 1st Airborne's job to take the bridge in Arnhem. The 10,000-strong unit were dropped 8 miles outside of Arnhem. But in a cruel twist of fate, 2 German SS Panther divisions were on a training exercise in the area. 8 hours later, fewer than 800 men had made it to the bridge in Arnhem.
It was just a disaster. But obviously it's similar to what happened to you out in Afghanistan.
Freddie's not keen to talk about it, but he's a decorated veteran that experienced the same type of hell as the men at Arnhem. In 2006, he survived nearly 2 months behind enemy lines in Afghanistan. Like the troops at Arnhem, he was cut off, surrounded and fighting for his life.
Maybe about 500 Taliban. There was only 88 of us there.
Blooming hell.
And we were pretty much run out of ammunition, food, medical supplies. So I can empathise with what happened here. Sadly, we did lose 3 soldiers, but we also had quite a few wounded.
Freddie's ordeal proves that the hardships of airborne warfare have changed little in the years since the Battle of Arnhem. Next, me and Hoos venture behind enemy lines.
Look up there, look, there's Germans.
Oh, my God.
Mate, this is mad here.
I find that our allies drive a hard bargain.
Oh, look, I'm open to deals, man. I can't give it away, you know.
And Hoos's life is turned upside down. My airborne adventures has taken me and Hoos to the good old US of A, where we're meeting a dealer mate of mine, Christian Kramer. But why go to America for German gear? I'll tell you why. British soldiers at the end of World War II weren't allowed to bring back souvenirs, but American soldiers could and did.
It's going to be an honour to introduce you to him because he's a cracking lad.
Christian promised me there was an old Fallschirmjäger parachute gathering dust in here, and sure enough...
Is this complete?
I don't think it's ever been used.
Oh, yeah. And it's got the harness in it as well.
The Fallschirmjäger parachute design wasn't very good. Allied chutes were attached in 2 places at the shoulders and could be controlled. But German chutes had just one anchor point connecting the canopy to the paratrooper. To steer themselves, German paras had to wave their arms and legs about like maniacs. That meant they often landed badly and in the wrong place. The design also made it hard to carry a gun, so the German paras had to scrabble around for the nearest drop canister to arm themselves before they got shot.
Now, that's rare to find. It's an NZ-20, which is the standard Fallschirmjäger harness. It should have a camouflage canopy, which it has. Fallschirmjägers leapt out in a sort of star shape. Inside there, there's a small fastening which would break and the parachute would deploy. To find this complete like that, honestly, it's very, very nice. And that's something I'd be very, very interested in. Have you got any idea what you'd be looking for that?
Well, obviously, it's exceptionally rare, and I think $10,000 is a nice round number.
I think $10,000 is probably double what I'm thinking of. I think $3,500.
I won't take a penny less than $6.
$4,000. That's a good price.
5,300.
5,000 we got a deal. Dollars.
You're on.
First pick of the day.
Yes, all right.
We're doing well.
When I add this to Mark's uniform and the rest of the paratrooper gear I'm assembling, like the drop containers, it will significantly enhance the value. And speaking of drop containers...
I mean, you've got to realise it's quite an interesting piece of equipment, quite innovative design for what it was used for. And you think the German one and the British one, although they're different shapes, they're essentially the same design.
Same thing, yeah.
Unlike the Germans, the British paratroopers jumped with their weapons attached.
Oh,
Whereas
right.
the Germans, they had to bloody go and find their container to get their weapons out.
Yeah.
They actually used this type of drop container right up until 1956.
Yeah, really?
The 3rd Battalion of Parachute Regiment used them at El Gamel. It was probably the last operational time they were used, but they certainly served their purpose.
We're doing well on German and British World War II paragear. But we're still short on the American front, so we've come to Fort Indiantown Gap in Pennsylvania.
It's live, you know, it's like being in a, one of the bases that we've got in the UK. It's actually a live running base. The reason I've decided to come here is, one, because we were close, but two, every year they have a huge reenactment here.
What are they going to actually reenact here then? What is it?
They're going to actually reenact the Battle of the Bulge.
The Battle of the Bulge was the last big German offensive on the Western Front, and for the Americans, it was one of the biggest and bloodiest battles of World War II. Hitler sent in hundreds of tanks, hundreds of thousands of his top troops, and took the Allies by total surprise. But for all this, the Germans came off worse by a long way.
Look up there, look, there's Germans.
Oh my God, look at that.
Regular army guys.
They're everywhere, look. Mate, this is mad here.
Where there's a battle reenactment, there's uniforms. And these guys trade with each other, and they love authentic gear.
Come on, let's try in here.
Here we go.
Yeah, look.
Loads of stuff here.
I'm after an American paratrooper uniform and kit. The 101st Airborne Division, nicknamed the Screaming Eagles, played a heroic part in the Battle of the Bulge. And sure enough, there's some nice original paratrooper kit here.
Now, these are American Airborne. I see you've got a lot of helmets here. I mean, obviously, they're original helmets, but, you know, what sort of price are they?
I'm asking 100 for them, and that's with the liner.
OK, all right, try one of these on. We need a 4-pocket paratrooper jacket.
Thank you, sir. That's it. That'll be all right,
You've got
won't it?
trousers there? Yeah. You don't wear them down there. They're not like the youngsters wear them halfway down their backside now. You wear them up high. So they'll be fine. Have you got any boots?
They're huge.
We're going to buy these, but we're going to buy these. These are Arctic boots, and they're an overshoe that goes over your boot, and they're waterproof. 1944,
There
they
you
are
go.
actually...
They are wartime.
They fit you really well, mate.
This is the famous M42 paratrooper uniform, issued in 1942 and worn by the Screaming Eagles and others. It had massive pockets, handy for carrying cigarettes for nice Belgian ladies. It also had a secret pocket in the collar for stashing a switchblade. This was a uniform that said freedom and heroism.
What sort of figures we're talking about?
I mean, it's all original stuff.
OK, so what did that come to, the lot?
Yeah, about $475.
What about 400 for the lot?
I can't go that cheap. I really can't.
450 and we're there.
450? Yeah, I could do 450. It's a deal.
Done. Right.
All right. Hey, thank you very much.
You might be wondering why an American uniform is so much cheaper than a 30 grand Fallschirmjäger one. It's all to do with who won the war. Americans weren't left converting these into civilian clothes, so there was plenty more about.
Badges are nice. What's that?
Pretty cool, huh? It's really a special watch. Let me show you. Now, this watch is called the Master Navigation Watch. Sometimes it's called the GCT.
Right.
It's made by the Hamilton Watch Company, which is in Pennsylvania, so it was really high-end.
Right.
And it was made for, you know, the navigator, the lead navigator, like on a B-17 or a B-24.
Right.
Because they wanted to have the most accurate time.
Right.
And so this guy would be timing it, make sure the bomb run was perfect. Only, like, serious Air Corps guys even know what this is.
Paratroopers and pilots use these watches for navigation and synchronising jumps into the drop zone.
What sort of price would you have on that?
In perfect condition, $1,000 bucks, but this one not perfect condition. Whole thing, special price, $350.
Something that really could fit in with what we're doing. How much saying? $350?
$350. Oh, look, I'm open to deals, man. I can't give it away, you know.
Let's be fair. $225.
$225? Come on, man. When this was made, it was over $400.
$250.
Because you're wearing an 82nd Airborne jacket.
Yep.
I'm going to give you a friends and family discount.
Yep.
I'm going to go $275 and not a penny less.
$275. Airborne Brotherhood, you're done.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what's the top?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, for Bruce, isn't it? I'll just put that up there. I'll be back in half hour.
Yeah. Just pop that up there. Yeah. That there?
We'll get it nicely lined up, because once we lift it...
Yeah, we don't want to be moving around too much.
Right, I think that's about ready to lift up, I reckon.
OK.
Right. Do that.
What? No, you can see it twisting.
So that snaps inside then, it's going to collapse.
Yeah.
And that'll be it, game over.
Are you ready?
No.
Careful of the lights.
You can't see anything down there. I don't shake it about too much.
Can it go up a bit?
Nice and gently. How much is this worth?
It's what it falls on, I'm worried about.
How much room we got up the top?
About a foot, come on. A little more, a little more. Okay, stop, 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 stop. Whoa!
You're looking at a bit of history here, mate. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
On vital missions, the first soldiers on the ground were often elite paratroopers called pathfinders. Dropped deep in enemy territory, their job was to carry out reconnaissance and mark out drop zones. This beautiful bird, one of the greatest warplanes in history, is the last functioning B-24 bomber in the world.
This is the Liberator. Now, for me, outside the Lancaster, this was the workhorse of the war against the Reich. I mean, I'm in absolute awe here.
This is outstanding, isn't it?
You just got to look at the size of the thing.
I know.
I mean, it screams, come on then, let's have some.
What made the B-24 Liberator so special was Henry Ford. The truth is, the Allies won because they outproduced Germany and Japan. This brilliant plane was mass-produced at Ford and other factories by the thousand. There were more Liberator planes built than any other American bomber in history. They dropped more than 500,000 tons of bombs on Nazi Germany. So many Liberator crews were killed, the plane became known as the Flying Coffin. To defend the bombers, Mustangs were sent in to escort them, just like the one over here. And I've just told Hoos about the treat I've lined up for him.
I can't believe I'm flying in this. Seriously. I'm petrified. Don't, I'm...
All right, you ready?
God, I'm shaking, man. Right, OK.
Watch your head. Okay.
The Mustangs would have escorted the Liberators during the war. As the bombers crossed the English Channel, German Messerschmitts were sent up to bring them down, but the Mustangs were there to protect them.
That is brilliant!
Next, my D-Day Dakota makes its landing.
Imagine the people that have leapt out of this door.
Wingman Freddy goes all naked.
Excusez-moi. Bonjour, monsieur, for the parachutist, oui?
And I get my knickers in a right old twist.
I hope that one ain't Bruce.
Well, howdy there, boys. I'm back and I'm all hamburgered out, but I'm desperate to see how the drop containers come out. All done?
Yeah, it's all done. It's all round there.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. Can we go and show me me treasure?
Right.
I've even brought nice weather back for you, look.
Yeah.
Oh, did you do what I asked for the drop? Have you kitted it out with all the stuff?
It's all in there.
Let's have a look. So it's kitted out as it would have been in 1944-45, yeah?
Yep.
I've got a buyer for that, the parachute from America, the container, and the uniform from Holland. So the whole lot's going to one bloke. Ah, magic. Listen, let me tell you, that is exactly what the client wants. He is going to be thrilled, absolutely thrilled. The drop container, did you do anything to that, the British one?
Yeah, we're giving it a special coating on that now, so the rust won't get any worse. That'll stay like it is now.
That's all I want to do.
Kidding out the drop container authentically took a bit of tracking down, but Freddie and the twins have done a cracking job.
Fit, all right? Oh, hang on a minute. I thought it was going round the other way.
You're joking.
No, it was going to be flying out the doors, wasn't it? No. Only kidding. No, it looks good, very good.
I think we may
have
done it.
Really well done, chaps, really good. That's my new little tea room up there. So they're the D-Day stripes. That's fantastic. I mean, they must have had that sort of colouring on it at one point, but it really brings it alive. There's no question about it. Go on, look, you put it in position. I'll look out the door. Go on. There we go. My own little Dakota. Imagine the people that have leapt out of this door, you know? If only it could talk. I can't believe Ian phoned me earlier on to say that he's going over to Normandy to jump on the anniversary of D-Day out of a Dakota. And did I want to go? Well, here we are, some Miracles.
There's a lot of activity around here, isn't there?
This was one of the first towns liberated on the 6th of June 1944, and the whole town comes out to celebrate. Look at the way everybody's dressed here.
This village, St Miracles, was a German stronghold and a key strategic target on the main road connecting Utah and Omaha beaches.
I've got to show you something, Freddie. It shows you how intense the battle here in the square was. If you look here, there are bullet holes all in the railings, right the way down here.
There's another one there.
No. And you can see, you know, that small arms fire. And in the square, paratroopers were landing, right, and they were immediately engaged in a firefight. You'll see the guy hanging up on the church there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a true event. A guy did get hung up on the church. He had to stay there while there was a mass battle going on down here. He actually got shot in the foot, but he stayed up there for hours. But by the time they got him down, he was totally deaf because the bells had been ringing constantly.
Taking this village was key to the success of D-Day because it cut off German positions on the beaches from their supply lines. Just 2 hours after it fell, the beach landing started.
And I can't wait to be able to do a jump here. Problem is, how are we going to find Ian? He's probably dressed up to the nines here.
Ian and all the guys taking part are all ex-paras like me and Freddie, and hopefully no one will be getting hung up on the church.
You got all the kit?
Mate, I got all your gear. There's your boots. There's a wartime helmet.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And there's all your M42 uniform.
Will that fit me, definitely?
Mate, it fits me, so...
OK, you sure you don't want to jump with us?
No, not after last time.
No, you sure?
Poor Freddie broke his back making a jump just like this one.
Oh, that hurt my back, mate.
It was dangerous in 1944, and it's still dangerous today.
Oh, I can't walk, mate. Listen, I feel a bit underdressed here. Is there somewhere I can get changed?
There's a field over there, mate, with some cows in. You'll fit right in.
I like cows, but the house will do. I'll save that at the weekend. 2 seconds. What a beautiful looking aircraft.
Well, it's about time. We need to get it now into our gear.
Yep, okay.
So please, gentlemen, gear up and help each other.
All right, mate.
Yeah.
You all right? Right as ninepence. Not 20 years old anymore, are you?
Don't worry about that. No, it's fine.
Of course, this is a walk in the park compared with the real D-Day jump. They leapt out of a plane in pitch black with 70 pounds of equipment strapped to them. As they descended into the town, light from the burning buildings allowed German snipers and machine gunners to spot them and pick them off. Those men and boys would have experienced real terror.
Pardon. Excusez-moi. Ah, bonjour, monsieur, for the parachutist, oui?
Yeah.
Merci.
Get up! We need communications with the cockpit.
Yeah, good idea in the pub, this.
You love it, mate. Don't worry about that.
Come on, Bruce, where are you? Oh, here they come. Oh, he's got a twist, look. I hope that one ain't Bruce.
Oh, man.
Bruce! Ian! Bruce! Bruce!
Over here.
What do you think of that, mate?
Mega. Marvellous. One of the best jumps I've had again. Absolutely fantastic. Mate, I had nobody near me. I went straight out, cut the twist, straight out control. Couldn't see where we were, but well done,
Hello,
mate.
mate.
Fantastic. Really, really good. Enjoyed it. I've got to do this every week. I'm hooked. It's awesome being in the door because he had me in the door for quite a while. So we were flying around the landscape. Beautiful view, didn't we?
I'm going to be hearing the story of this jump for weeks.
Stand by. Pyrotechnics. Cue sound. Lights. Camera. Rolling. Action. Come on, keep going. Go on, keep going. Oh, dear, oh dear. Go, go. Hold it. Cut.
Whoa.
Truth.
Oh my God.
I'm Bruce Crompton. Wagons roll! I buy, sell and restore military kit.
5,000 got you.
You got.
Fire in the hole!
Let's have some.
Who is the money man?
Let's not big it up too much, yeah? Because we're going to make the bid for it,
No,
mate.
I know.
Ex-para Freddy. Warren! The weapons expert.
slow down.
And there ain't a piece of machinery the twins, Phil and Nick, can't fix. Action! Together, we've been on some mega adventures.
There are worse jobs.
Yeah, that's what people keep saying.
And this is Combat Dealers Reloaded.
Now hold your breath here because you're going to see something unbelievable. Look at that. Selling tanks ain't easy. You got to pitch high. Now, a video like this was good, very good. It nearly did blow me up, but it worked fantastically because loads of people see that. Look, you got the Hetzer there, you know, worth up to £1 million. You got a 250 Noir up there, $500,000. Just ridiculous. But it's making a film and making it realistic, and I've done it, but I'm going to do it better. The explosions are a must. You've got to have the explosions, and you've got to have it authentic. You know, so we got video from the inside. I think next time we'll do more video inside than we did, or as much as we did outside. I could give you a list of stuff that my vehicles have been in. The Bridge Too Far, Saving Private Ryan, U571, just loads. But let me tell you, that gives you the edge. But the edge of being able to say, that was in a famous Hollywood movie. I'm telling you, people just go ballistic over it. If somebody thinks Brad Pitt sat on that seat, that's it. Out comes the wallet, how much do you want? I should be up for an Oscar, I don't know about anybody else. This is great. But nobody can supply the vehicles and do what we do.
Listen, chaps, come and see your latest surprise. I couldn't sleep last night. I feel like a kid waiting to open me present. Can you guess what it is yet?
Well, judging by your poor Christmas wrapping, I would say it's a tank, bro.
Hey, where's the Panther?
Not just any tank.
No, Panther.
On the Eastern Front, the Germans took such a battering from the Russians' excellent battle tank, the T-34, they decided to copy it, but make it better. Designed by Daimler-Benz and MAN, the Panther is widely considered the ultimate battle tank of World War II.
I mean, a Panther tank? There's only 4 running in the world. In my 40 years of collecting and doing stuff up, this, for me, is the best thing I've ever had, could ever dream of getting.
At 1.5 million, this is the most expensive vehicle we've ever had on our hands. But with a Crompton authentic restoration, it could be worth a mind-blowing 10 million quid.
This will be the best running Panther still in existence.
What's that colour? It's pink.
Pink Panther.
Yeah.
At the end of the war, the Panthers, as they came out the factory, they didn't have time to give them all their coats. So some come out in the red oxide with a splattering of Dunkelgelb over the top. Get up and have a look at it.
Oh.
We ain't got an engine.
No engine.
And you want this running, yeah? If there was an engine, I'd have made it too easy for you. I will get on and sort that, but in the meantime, it's not as though we ain't got enough to be getting on with.
No.
Cheers, bro.
Oh, blimey. Where do we start?
I'm dashing off to the Czech capital Prague for a meeting with a Russian fella called Dmitry. When a dealer like Dmitry calls, you drop everything and go. He's been collecting militaria for over 30 years. In this business, you've got to know who the big players are, and they don't get much bigger than the Russians.
Dmitry, nice to see you again.
Right.
And your 250 looks lovely, mate. It's a big new place you've got here.
Yeah.
What was this building? What was it?
It was a sugar factory.
Sugar? So it's like a sweet shop?
Yeah, sweet shop.
Yeah. So I'm in the right place then?
Correct.
She sounds fine, mate. God, what are these parts here, Dmitry?
Tiger one.
I've never seen so much Tiger tank pieces in one place. You've got a barrel over there, muzzle brake. Is this is a complete lid?
Turret roof with commander's cupola.
Mantle, you've got the breech.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This is front armour. I mean, just the thickness of this. Incredible. What's that?
100 millimeters.
100 millimetres?
4 inches.
Just amazing. I mean, just to have one item from a Tiger is a collector's dream.
Yes.
I feel a bit faint. I need a chair.
In battle, German Tigers were very, very tough. Now they're close to extinction. As far as I know, there's only 2 running Tiger tanks left in the world. And there's enough parts here for me to build a 3rd.
Dimitri, I mean, this is something I would love to own. It's like finding a Roman treasure for me, this. It's just incredible. Is it something that could be for sale?
No, sell, never. You can't sell a dream.
Oh, I understand that. I do understand that.
So Dimitri doesn't want to sell his rare collection. But I know Dimitri, and he wouldn't have got me out here for nothing. He must have something up his sleeve.
We have to get the tank into the workshop. That means carefully lifting off the Panther's precious 5-ton turret.
Well, I just hope this thing comes off all right. Do you think there's no bolts on the outside? I don't think there's any more holding it on, no. You sure? Well, we won't know until we try and lift it.
The gun turret alone is worth the same price as a brand new Ferrari.
Whoa. Is that free? Yeah, she's out. That's free now. Yeah. So far, so good. Okay. Coming round. That's good. Phew.
I've just had a call from another big dealer who's got a van load of tank parts he's taken to a trade fair near Cologne. Freddie has come to join me in Germany because original parts are so hard to come by, we want first dibs to snap them up quickly.
I have to say, Bruce, you take me to some of the best places. What are we looking for here, anyway?
Right, listen.
You've heard me talk about a guy called Michael Decker?
Michael spent his life scouring Europe buying rare tank items.
This don't look like a well-trodden route.
Hang on, Carl. There, that's him. There he is. Van and trailer. That's
right.
Him. Oh dear, it's freezing. Michael, guten Tag.
Guten Tag, Bruce.
I mean, a nice place to meet, I've got to tell you, in the middle of a wood.
You know me.
I know, that's what I'm worried about. This is Freddie.
Hi, Freddie.
You're loaded, yeah?
The good things are in the car.
Tickety-boo, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Ah!
Look.
I can't believe it. He's got a boot full of authentic Panther wheels.
Is that still got original paint and camouflage on?
Yes, it's a winter camouflage 1945.
Are they damaged at all, or?
No, they...
All complete, yeah? Really nice, yeah, very, very nice. All Panther, yeah?
Yes.
Some kind of fuel cap.
Fuel cap. Gears.
Gears and linkages.
OK. How much for that lot? Bestest Brucey price.
I need for all 2,800 euros.
That's what you need?
It's not so easy to find these parts. They are quite rare.
2,800. Listen, it's an untidy figure. 2,000 is a nice, clear figure.
Maybe 2,600 would be fine.
Let's make it clean. 2,500 you've got to do. Come on. I can't feel my hands.
OK, before you get frozen here.
Yeah, OK. I've got to get out of here before something comes out of them woods. I'll speak to you later on. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, bye.
It's back to Blighty, because I'm expecting a very special guest who'll maybe make my Panther tank even more valuable.
Morning, Hillary. You made it then.
I need to know the Panther's history, so I've called in legendary tank sleuth Hilary Doyle.
I can't wait to show you this.
I'm hoping he can help me solve the mystery of where this Panther came from, where it fought, and how it met its end.
Anything you can shine a light on will help us, trace the history of this.
Well, the first thing I can see, it has the ball machine gun mount on the front.
Right.
That was only introduced about the end of 43.
Right.
So that means it's a 1944 vehicle.
Well, that's a great start.
That's a start. OK, here we have something. Look, this piece here.
Yeah.
That's a remnant of the Zimmerit anti-magnetic mine paste.
The bravest of the brave would run up the tanks and try and stick magnetic mines on the side. Hence, the anti-magnetic paint.
Right.
OK, so you've got a magnetic thing. Oh, yeah,
Right,
see, now that
sticks
sticks
on it.
perfectly on that.
Don't stick on that.
It won't stick on it.
Look, it still works then, look.
What's really cool is that this pattern here comes from only one factory in the world, and that's the MAN factory in Nuremberg.
The guy's a genius. MAN built about a third of Germany's Panther tanks, and its factories were heavily defended. But in 1943, wave after wave of RAF bombers dropped 34,000 tons of bombs on the industrial heartland of the Ruhr Valley. German steel production was crippled.
So just by looking at this pattern on that anti-magnetic mine paste, this is now in a 6-month period of 1944, the first half of 1944.
Well, it's a good start.
Next, I'll leave it to Hoos to call us a cab.
You must be staying!
Securing a deal becomes bad for my help.
This is where you find out if you've got a weak heart.
And me and the boys play tank CSI. There's a potential stash of rare tank bits and bobs up for grabs in Finland. So me and Oos have hot-footed it to the land of the midnight sun to meet a dealer called Sten.
This is the biggest collector in Finland. He's moving his whole collection to a museum. Now, there's stuff here he might want to get shot of.
The Finns had a hard time in World War II. The Soviets invaded them, so they reluctantly buddied up with Hitler against the common enemy. But once the Soviets had been kicked out, the Finns switched their allegiance and declared war on Germany. But it didn't stop the Russians taking a big chunk of Finland after the war, which means you can find both German and Soviet militaria here.
Are you sure we're going to the right place? Because this don't look like the right place.
I'm sure.
Mate, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Why didn't you get a sat-nav?
Hold up, I did, it broke down. You just see it.
I know, but look. Fortunately, I've got my phone with me. There's supposed to be a lake on the right-hand side.
What?
But it's about to be frozen. You might be driving on the lake now. That sat-nav is useless, and we're in the middle of Finland, in the middle of the winter, lost.
Oh, my God. There's your man. Look at him. Serious. Mate, that is a tool. Look at that. That is a machine, isn't it?
You must be staying! Come aboard!
Our tough as nails taxi is a BMP-1, Soviet infantry transporter. It's not just armoured, it's also insulated against radiation. It's like a post-apocalyptic off-roader.
All the way!
That's easier than backing your car in your garage, isn't it? Very nice, that. Fantastic.
No problem. Ah, I'm getting a little bit too big for these holes in these tanks.
So when did you start collecting then, Sten?
I'd say around 97.
Here, who's Russian mags, yeah?
I could do one of these for my car, mate.
Military police light.
Yeah.
Right, what have we got there? Ah, interesting. Now, who's, look, Panzer sights. They're nice. Yeah, these are from Stugs, Panzer IVs. They'd have had these in Finland.
Yeah.
Really nice, and I've never seen a collection like this. All right, the glasses are broken.
The lenses are separate, and they should be okay in this.
Yeah, these are all mounted in the top of the tank where the commander would look out.
If you're a tank commander, one of your least favourite jobs is sticking your head out the top to have a look. The simple solution on German tanks was to fit multiple little periscopes. And it's rare to find a complete set.
Did you find them all together, or have you been collecting them?
I found them all together.
Did you? We need some of these for some of the vehicles we're doing up. And putting new pieces of glass in and repairing them, you know, we could make these completely operational again.
And they're all originals as well.
Yeah, they've all got nice stamps on. Look, I mean, would they be for sale, possibly?
Yes. Why not?
Yeah. Do you have an idea of price? I mean, obviously they're a little bit
well,
cream crackered.
It's only straight glass. It's not that bad.
No.
I'd probably want 1,000 for them.
1,000 euros.
Yeah, euros.
Yeah, they're nice, but
it's steep.
Yeah, 600 sounds a lot better.
Ooh.
Cover 600.
Aye, you are drive a hard bargain.
Come on.
I can go to 800 and that's about it, but not less.
For the 6?
Yeah. That's cheap. Hey, where do you get 6 of these?
No, you don't.
And you have 1 turret in one go?
Yeah, I know. Done. We'll have that. 800.
Right on.
Thank you, Stan. That's great. Good. We've actually broken the ice. Excuse the pun, right? Because my feet are freezing. What we got in here then, Sten?
Step in.
Oh, yeah, oh, look, you'll like it in here, Roos.
Oh, what?
Didn't know you had all these tanks, Sten, to be quite honest with you. Oh, and Kubelwagens. I love these. I didn't know you had one of these, Sten, yeah?
This one is the only one left of 8 that was delivered to Finland during the war.
But is it for sale?
This one is, in my opinion, one of the most priceless Finnish war history vehicles.
Mate, let's not go there with this one. You can see the geezer's sentimental just by talking about it.
The bits we've bought, I really appreciate. We've had a fantastic day and a great deal.
Not so fast, my friend. In Finland there is a say.
Yeah.
Kauppa on kauppa vasta kun se on saunassa sinetöity.
This is the way you seal deals in Finland?
Yes, but now we are closer
Right.
to sealing the deal.
Right.
But this is the only part 1.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's part 2? You jump in through a hole in the ice,
Yeah.
It's freezing out there.
Lovely.
Freezing.
This is where you find out if you've got a weak heart.
I'm starting to wonder if I really want those tank periscopes.
Shall I go first?
You go first.
I show it.
Shall I say it's done?
Oh, it's done.
Oh, my God. Well, I'll show you how an Englishman does it.
This is vamos a la playa.
Is this what sealing the deal's about?
Whoa!
Deal's done.
No, the deal is done.
Oh.
To shore. No, we go. Good, my man. Whoa! Whoa!
God, that's cold! That is freezing!
Nick, Phil.
Yeah?
I think I found something here.
Yeah? All right.
This is a database of all the known chassis numbers for Panther tanks.
Okay.
When we look at the dates,
Yeah.
this vehicle was completed by MAN in February of 1944. So it would have been at the unit for the first time in April of 44.
Line it up with the Normandy, wouldn't it? Normandy
for
landings
France,
for
absolutely.
D-Day, yeah.
Yeah, this is for certain.
Yes. It all fits, doesn't
All fits perfectly
Yeah,
from Normandy.
We're trying to source an engine. It's a Maybach HL230.
Yeah, Panther.
The Maybach HL230? Yeah, we know how rare they are. That would be great. Thanks ever so much.
Well, I'll be. Mrs. Crompton has only gone and found a genuine, super rare Panther engine. It's a major step in getting that pink Panther up and running. This impressive-looking 12-cylinder engine was built by Maybach. Before the war, they built engines for airships like the Graf Zeppelin, which made the first commercial passenger flight across the Atlantic in 1928. Today, they manufacture luxury limos with Mercedes. But during the war, they churned out engines that gave the Panther the top speed of 55 kilometres per hour.
All right, chaps. What do you reckon, Phil?
Well, I've had a good look around inside.
It looks like the gearbox has taken a serious hit.
If it had been an anti-tank gun or something, it would have blown the whole side
Big
out,
hole,
right?
yeah,
The whole
yeah,
side.
yeah.
Now, unlike that hole, that is a large hole.
Absolutely.
This is like tank CSI. We now know the factory that produced the Panther. We know where it was built. We know where it fought. And probably how it died. If we can find out what killed it, it'll be a royal flush, worth over 10 million quid. Time to crack open some anti-tank weapons.
Right, first things first, bazooka. Ready, load me up.
Fire in the hole! Yeah, boy! That's a good shot!
Awesome. That's how you shoot something like that. Great, you can see how getting reasonably close, you're going to hit the target and you're going to hit it every time. And it does what it says. Right, that's that one done. Let's go and test the other one out.
Yeah.
Next up is the 6-pounder, one of the British Army's main anti-tank guns. It has an effective firing range of over 1,500 metres.
This is the type of weapon that would have been fired against the Panthers in France and in Normandy. Load! Firing!
Jesus! Did you see? That is brilliant!
Done. Hero, dear. Look, the tyres are everywhere here, look. Spun it completely over, look. Where's the plate?
Look at that!
Certainly made a mess.
Well, I've got to tell you, I told you I'd hit it. Look, look.
If you was a soldier firing a bazooka at that, you'd be thinking about your next move now, wouldn't you? Because that's still going to be bearing down on you.
It certainly wouldn't have made the hole that we've seen in that Panther. So, I mean, it's done a bit of damage. And that's the same thickness that's on the Panther. That's definitely ruled that one out for me. Right, let's go and have a look at that other one. Can you see the plate, Oos?
Plates here, look.
There's not much left to look at.
Look. There's a massive hole in it, mate.
Oh, well, there you go. Look.
It's gone right through.
Oh, that's incredible. Look what that's done. Now, that's more in line with what is on the Panthers. Definitely, in my mind, the thing that stopped it. Right, so we know what weapon took it out, where it was taken out, and believe me, that will increase the price dramatically.
Next, I stupidly let Moose drive.
Now we're having some fun, son.
It's checkmate in Prague.
I never in my wildest dreams thought we were going to walk into something like that.
And Freddie's parked his car in my space again.
People going in just to stop a fire in the car.
If you wanted to take out a tank with a bazooka or a mine, you had to get up close and personal, which wasn't always good for your health. But there was another way.
This is great! Look at this, boy! Oh, yeah! Levers, pedals! Now we're having some fun, son. Spins and all sorts of manoeuvres, no problem.
I own one of the only original working German Jad Panther tank destroyers left in the world. Its nickname is Hetzer. But the world is about to get another one, as the twins have almost finished on my second Hetzer restoration. The last piece of the puzzle was finding a gun for it. A tank destroyer is different from a normal tank. It had one job, and the clue is in the title. To destroy other tanks, you need a big old gun with a big old gun barrel.
This is an original L39 gun. It's not an L40 gun, it's a 39.
So it's a wartime gun.
Wartime Hetzer barrel.
This one is a 75mm Pak 39 anti-tank gun. It could knock out other tanks up to 1 kilometre away.
What, do you have to dig it up?
Yeah, it looks like it's been concreted in.
Well, it probably has, but you know, you don't go down your local supermarket and pick one of these off your shelf. All these bits as well, I mean, I think I've done really well. Please, let's just get it done.
Well, we'll do our best with it.
We cannot cut back in any way on missing the deadline.
The Australian Armour and Artillery Museum have offered me a huge bundle of dough for this Jad Panther. But first, the twins have to fill this quite noticeable gun-shaped hole.
Now, I'd like to see something coming out the front of this hole, all shiny and painted, with all the breech working and everything. Any problems?
Well,
none, that's what I like to hear.
I've had another call from my Russian friend Dmitry, who tells me he's got a brand new stash of gear in Prague. Now, I've been down this road with him before and came away empty-handed.
It's like finding a Roman treasure for me, this.
No, sell, never. You can't sell a dream.
But I can't ignore Dimitri. He does get his hands on very rare kit. So me and Freddie dash over to the Czech Republic.
Listen, mate, I've got to tell you, these photographs are really setting my pulse driving. If this stuff is real, it's worth an absolute fortune. Look at that. He said, get yourself out here, have a look, and then phone him. And that's all he said. So we're going to go and see it, and then we'll make a call.
The various parts of the barrel have been rusted together for more than 70 years.
That's hot enough, yeah? I'll do a bit on this side, yeah.
Heating metal expands it, cooling it contracts it, and if you do both repeatedly, it breaks the different parts loose.
Whew. Right, your egg's on that one. Yeah. What's it like? Yeah, that's right. Yeah? OK.
The moment of truth.
Oh. Well, that's a surprise. That's going quite easy now. There's a big old thread in there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, did it move? Look at that.
Wasn't that bad at all.
I'll take it all back, Bruce.
Yeah.
Taxi, lovely. Oh. Yeah, look, there's stuff here. No! Mate. I can't believe this. Bruce.
Alex, nice to meet you.
Freddie.
Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Mate, this is like we've run the lottery here, mate. We have won the lot. Alex, can we look round?
Yes, please.
I've never seen so much material in one place in my life. This is incredible, Freddie. I'm in heaven here. I've gone to heaven.
Dimitri has enough parts here to build several tanks from scratch.
Look, Stug body.
I've never seen so much stuff in one place, Bruce. It's undamaged.
It's complete top armour of a Stug. No wonder he told us to get down here on the quick. I've got to be part of this, mate. When he said there's a lot of stuff, I never in my wildest dreams thought we were going to walk into something like that.
This is insane, Bruce. Absolutely crazy.
Listen, I've seen enough. You carry on having a look round, mate. I've got to phone him on the old dog and bone, mate, because I'm telling you, I'm in here. I'm in this up to me neck. I ain't been this excited since my wedding night. Dimitri! Yeah, we're here. Listen, fantastic. I'm in. I'm coming to see you immediately. Lovely. I'm amazed. Come on, we're off.
Where are we off, Bruce?
Moscow.
What, Russia?
No, Moscow in Essex. Moscow in Russia. Of course we're going to Moscow.
But you said we're only going away for a day. I've only got one pair of underpants.
Oh, we'll buy you a set. There's got to be a shop somewhere.
I must get myself a bigger brush. Slowly but surely, the Jagdpanzer gun is coming together. Even the breech looks brand new.
It's amazing how that nearly everything the Germans had was all painted these three colours.
Yeah. All done at the factory with a brush.
Yeah.
The three official colours were dark yellow, olive green and reddy brown. But as the war progressed, paint, like everything else, became scarce. In the factories, they were forced to thin it to make it go further. And this had an obvious knock-on effect to the tank's colour configuration.
When's this crane coming tomorrow? I think he said about 11.
It's my understanding that Dimitri and his partners have got their hands on some of the rarest tank parts in the world. But they need me and the boys to turn their rusty relics into rubles.
Dimitri, how the devil are you, my friend? All right? We're here, as ordered. Sit yourself down.
See ya.
Dimitri, I've got to get straight down to business. We've been to see the stuff, and I've got to tell you, I'm blown away with it. It's fantastic.
You're the world's best expert in restoration. The thing is very simple. For £500,000, you are in deal.
So, to be absolutely straight,
You want me to put in £500,000 for 1/3 of the project. You have got a deal, my friend. There you go, shake the man's hand.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Restoring the rarest tanks in the world. It will take years, but will be worth millions.
I think you're going to have to come right up and down.
You reckon, yeah?
Yeah.
It's squeaky gun time. When the crane lets the weight go, 3 tons of gun could crush a Jagdpanzer worth £500,000.
Yeah, you're good. It's going down crooked, but it'll sort itself out when it gets down.
All right. That's it.
Down. She's in.
Is it in? Is it in, Phil?
She's there.
I'm back from Moscow, and I'm blown away by Nick and Phil's handiwork. I've invited a military journalist to document that Bruce Crompton owned one of the first production and last production World War II Hetzers still on the planet.
This is the first and last time they'll be together, unless mine ends up in Australia as well, which is not going to happen. Because I've already decreed that's my coffin.
Oh, right.
In German, the word Hetzer means baiter or chaser, and I've been chasing a bit of business with another rich Russian. To lure him in, I've offered him a unique opportunity to fire my Hetzer's MG-34 periscope machine gun. The machine gun had a unique remote control which allowed the gunner to stay inside the tank and fire via a periscope.
Whoa! All right, we're going to drive this thing around and you're going to get to fire the remote control machine gun, which nobody else has done. Not since the war, probably. As you can see, we've got some prepared targets for you. I think we should get in and have some fun.
Oh, we're going to have fun with this, mate.
Drive forward!
People going in just to stop a fire in the car.
All right, Slavi?
Wieder.
Yeah, good.
Gut gemacht, Kamerad.
Sehr schön.
Very good.
Hopp.
There you go. All right. Good.
Sehr schön.
Fantastic.
Herzlichen Dank.
My Hetzer's done me proud. Another big client in the bag. Next, I forget to tell my Sue I'm expecting a delivery.
My husband's been shopping again, I see.
I impress the mademoiselles with my language skills.
Excuse me, hello, do you speak English? Oh, no, sorry, all right.
And the Oscar goes to...
Ready? Action!
Hello,
Hello.
Mrs. Crompton.
I am, yes.
We have a delivery for you.
Ah. My husband's been shopping again, I see. He used to buy things that fitted on the mantelpiece. OK, guys. Keep everything good for me. I don't want the Sherman's tracks taken up off the tarmac, yeah?
Right.
No holes?
All right.
OK, let's get them up to here. Great stuff.
Around 50,000 Shermans rolled off the US production lines. But I can count on my fingers the ones that are running in Britain. It wasn't just the Americans who used them. Made in the US, they were lent out to all the Allies, including the Russians. The British were given 17,000. By 1943, the Sherman was one of the key British battle tanks. I've been splashing out the cash again. For 175 grand, I'm now the proud owner of a Sherman tank. Unlike my Pink Panther, that might take years to restore, the Sherman is in seriously good nick. So I'm in France hunting for a few little special extras to add value. I'm heading to the town of Thury Hardcourt. I I have photos of where Sherman tanks were involved in a massive tear-up that destroyed 3/4 of the place. Fortunately, I'm trilingual, as in, I try to make everybody speak English.
Excuse me, hello, do you speak English? No. Oh, no, sorry, all right. My French ain't very good either. Bonjour. You speak English?
A little bit.
Lovely, fantastic. Is there a mayor, the mayor's office?
Yeah, the mayor.
Yeah, where's he? Where do I find him?
C'est où la mairie? Bonjour. You just have to go up the street, then you turn on the right, and you'll be on the square, and you'll see the building right in front of you.
Lovely. All right, I'll do that. Listen, while I'm here, can I have a fromage baguette, please?
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Ah, bonjour.
Hello, my
Bonjour.
name's Bruce.
Oh,
Hello.
nice to meet you.
Oh, your English is perfect.
Oh, I try.
I wonder if I could possibly sit with you and ask some questions, yes?
Yes.
Is this possible?
Oh, yes.
Obviously, yeah.
Sit down.
Oh,
sit
wonderful,
down.
thank you. I brought
down,
lunch. I brought photographs of your
Yes.
town here. Yeah. From 1944.
This one I know. You see, the town is here. German was here, and British were on this side of the Horn. And they fight, and they have many soldiers who died. Here you have many trucks.
Oh, so there was many...
Oh, here in this field.
Many relics?
Oh, yes. There is one man I know, not far from here.
Is it possible I could visit, you think?
Yes, yes.
The mayor was extremely helpful, but before I embark on my voyage, Freddie's come to join me on my Sherman hunt.
Whereabouts are we off to today then, Bruce? Because we're in the middle of nowhere.
Round here, there's a well-known collector of World War II militaria. The gentleman's name is Pascal.
Ah, bonjour.
Ah, Mr. Pascal.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Bruce.
Very nice to meet you.
Pascal apparently has a rare permit to explore the surrounding fields with a metal detector. This is real military archaeology.
Freddie, look, out, fantastic.
Oh,
Sherman,
lovely.
Sherman. Now, it might look rough, but this Sherman track will come up really well.
This is just the sort of busted track a Sherman crew would have used for added protection. They called Shermans Ronsons or Tommy Cookers because by 1942 the Germans had built heavy tanks that could rip through the Sherman armour. A hit from a German Tiger could turn your Sherman into an inferno of burning petrol and ammo.
I'm happy with that. That's great, mate.
I'm after this Sherman track, but Pascal is a little sensitive about talking money.
Can we go work out a deal for parts, yeah, mate? Yeah?
You're too good, is it?
Oh, lovely, thank you.
He drags me into the shed to haggle, so sadly, the modest deal we agree is between me, Pascal and the shed door. Along with my rusty Sherman track, I've arrived back in Brighton, and we have the rare privilege of meeting a man who actually drove a Sherman tank in battle.
Hello, Tom.
Hello.
We're making another home movie, and this time, Tom is here to help us get our authentic World War II battle reenactment spot on, so I can attract potential buyers for my Sherman.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, you all. Thank you very, very much for coming. I really do appreciate it. Today we've got American reenactors with us and we've got German reenactors. So the whole idea is to create a little bit of World War II in our backfield. Now, an added bonus is we have our in-house expert, Tom's here to make sure you do it all right. Well, let's go and have some fun.
Tommy's going to advise me on what he would do in the Sherman in a battle situation to keep it real. We've devised a historically accurate scenario for my promo based on the Allied liberation of France.
All right, lads, yeah, all right.
An American M8 and M3 troop carrier have smashed their way through the Normandy beach defences and are on their way to Berlin. Lying in wait for them, though, a German PaK-40 anti-tank gun and infantry armed with an MG-42 machine gun. This is exactly the type of attack that really took place, and my Sherman is going to save the day. I can't wait.
All right, Tom, we're about to get started here. Now, I'm going to film the whole thing.
Yeah.
Are you sitting comfortably? Because you is
all right.
my director here.
Yeah.
Right. Ready? Action! Here come the American, nice and slowly.
Panther! Panther! Panther abladen! Speedwagen! Beladen! Forward!
Boom! Look, that's the MH's got it.
Panther! Panzerwagen! Beladen! Forward! Zwei Finger rechts!
Here it comes.
Tell him to keep his head down. Bruce, keep his head down.
Bruce, get your head down!
Angriff rechts! Stellungswechsel!
Oh no, head on. Make yourself a smaller target.
Sounds like a buzzsaw. That's what I used to say. It was a buzzsaw.
Good job we put them tracks on there. That helped to deflect them bullets.
And that's what you did.
That's what we used to do during the war, yeah.
Awesome.
Angriff rechts! Stellungswechsel!
Right, ready! Fire in the 50 cal!
Who's taking that?
Use the gun! Fire in!
Blooming hell. I can feel that from here. That's it. That's the way to do it.
Yes, you see that?
Ready to fire then?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm on it, okay?
You've missed.
Where's that come from? Mr. Hetzer! Over there!
Turn quickly.
Quick, turn the turret!
Come on.
Over to the right.
Go! Take him out! Right, ready! Fire in! Yes! That's how you do it, mate!
Fantastic. All right, lads, that's a wrap. Toasted tea cakes, come on. If I can cut this all together, everybody's going to want this Sherman. That's awesome. What a way to sell it.
That was awesome!
I'll tell you what, though. If he don't sell this now, I'm going to sell my house and buy it.
Are you what we're looking for? A person of above average intelligence.
A typewriter?
No.
With extraordinary athletic ability.
Yeah, look.
Exceptionally observant.
What's that? Third right bog roll?
Technologically savvy.
No spark means no donuts.
Capable of assimilating into foreign cultures. Calm under pressure.
You got a chair? I feel a bit faint.
A man born to lead.
The maroon berry is an instant sign of superiority.
A top-notch marksman.
I ain't in nothing.
In these perilous times, are you the man the Allies need?
You are the man.
I'm Bruce Crompton. Wagons roll! I buy, sell and restore military kit.
5,000 got deal.
You got. Fire in the hole!
Let's have some.
Who is the money man?
Let's not big it up too much, yeah? Because we're going to make the bid for it,
No,
mate.
I know.
Ex-para Freddy. Alright! The weapons expert. Slow down! And there ain't a piece of machinery the twins, Bill and Nick, can't fix. Action! Together, we've been on some mega adventures.
There are worse jobs.
Yeah, that's what people keep saying.
And this is Combat Dealers Reload.
Everybody had spies, but if you could put them in a sort of league, we were the best. I mean, the rarest of the rare stuff to collect is the spy and secret agent stuff. I'm fascinated by that. Now, it's so hard to find, and you're very lucky to find it. I mean, I've got a few bits and pieces. These are time pencils. So you would break these. There's an acid in here which burns down and breaks a pin, and that's what sets it off. There are all kinds of different types of these ones, but I think probably the best item I've got here, spy-related, which is very, very rare. I know of only one other in the world, and that's this. Now, this, believe it or not, is a German spy kit. This radio set is so rare. There's one other I know of in the Berlin Spy Museum, and if I can show you all the bits and pieces. So this little, that's for your Morse code. That goes in the side here, and you can send your Morse. They had nerves of steel, those people. I'm in awe of them. I would love to meet, unfortunately, I think most of them are gone now. I'd love to have met some of them. I really, really would have them. Not the Abwehr ones, the old German ones. Finding parts like these type of things and anything else like that now is very, very difficult. But it's there. You just got to find it.
Lovely country.
See, I'll take all the best places tonight, you know?
I'm on the hunt for World War II espionage and spy gear. So me and Oos are in Italy to meet a man who might be able to help.
His name's Marrow.
Mario?
No, Marrow. He's as in the marrow, right?
I've never met Marrow or seen his collection, but I'm told it's impressive.
Right, this sat-nav's all up the Swanee.
All we've got to do is find him.
Excuse you. No, she's basically telling me jog on. In here.
Right,
That's
gotcha.
in there.
Here he is. Let's go. See what he's got to say.
Hello. Marrow, good morning. Sorry it took so long. We got a bit lost. This is Hoos.
Nice to meet you.
You have a wonderful collection, I've been told. No way.
Oh, what?
Blooming hell.
Wow.
Congratulations, sir. That's fantastic. Blooming hell, Hoos. Look at this lot.
Very nice.
It's like a James Bond movie set, this place.
Marrow's stuff is so well organised, he's definitely more of a collector than a dealer. But you can't do one without the other.
Hoos, come over and have a look at this. Now, I'm going to tell you, and you're going to listen and learn. This thing is history personified.
A typewriter?
No. This is the famous Enigma machine. This machine represented what the Germans believed to be a totally unbreakable coding system.
We all know the story of Alan Turing and his team at Bletchley Park. They invented a huge automatic calculator machine to decipher German code. In effect, the world's first computer.
This machine helps win the war. There's no question about it.
Inside this Enigma, there's room for 3 rotors, chosen out of a set of 5, and changed daily. To decode a message, the receiver needs to put in the same rotor in the same order, tuned to the same position as the sender. Every time you press a key, at least one rotor changes position, in effect, changing the code.
To quickly show you, if I press G, B lights up. If I press G again, X lit up. The combinations were billions.
So, is there a lot of these, or are they rare now?
They are ultra rare. Not many survived. There was one at Bletchley Park, the original one, and that was valued at £100,000. And I've got to ask you, Marrow, would this be for sale?
No. I prefer to sell my wife than this.
You sell your wife, I'll give you Hoos.
There's only a tiny number of Enigma machines in private hands, so I'm not surprised that Marrow doesn't want to part with his. It's a privilege to even touch one.
Is this a German light messenger?
Yes.
For sending messages without radio, yeah? What is it called?
Lichtbrecherachse.
Licht means light, sprecht means speak.
You speak into it and it turns your voice into light, which can be turned back into sound if you have the right receiver. It was invented not by the Germans, but by a Scotsman, Alexander Graham Bell, 4 years after he had patented the telephone. He called it the photophone, and the canny Germans adapted it to send secret codes.
Is there any way that it could have been intercepted?
Yes, if somebody your size stood in front of it.
Shut up!
You know, but it's a clever bit of kit. Marrow, is that for sale?
Yes.
What would be the price for this?
Be something like 2,000 euro.
OK. Taking an offer, I mean, if I offered you 1,200, 1,200.
We can make half, 1,600.
1,500.
OK.
Thank you.
Ah, so what are you doing here?
Hi. Oh, Bruce is stepping up the security, so this is CCTV going in.
Oh, right.
To protect his precious stock, Bruce is installing fancy new internet cameras. That'll mean he'll be able to monitor the farm from his phone. A scary thought.
Well, are they going to have what we're looking for, the spy and resistance stuff that we're after?
You never know, like, we might strike out, so keep your fingers crossed.
Marrow had a lot of stuff, but he wasn't selling much. So Hoosh and me have returned to Blighty to meet Daniel, a dealer mate of mine in leafy Hertfordshire.
We like to have everything on display so we can enjoy it.
Yeah. It's awesome, mate.
Have you got any spy stuff, resistance stuff?
How about a pencil? Have a look at that.
I think I've got plenty of pencils. Buy these by the dozen, don't we?
Well, it's not just any pencil. That's an assassination pencil. Inside there is a blade.
That's awesome. Really awesome. So this was used specifically by people that were going on operations behind the lines and that type of thing. So, yeah, secret agents, basically, yeah. So were these mass-produced or...?
No, they were made on a very small scale by MI9.
MI9 was one of the British Secret Services, and part of their remit was to invent gadgets to aid agents behind enemy lines. MI9's real-life spy gadget guru was called Charles Fraser Smith, who later became the inspiration for the James Bond film character Q.
Daniel, you've rung me belly. It's items like these that our client is very, very keen to acquire. If I was to possibly ask you for a price for those two...
If you wanted both, how about 1550?
Yeah, it's still really, I mean... yeah. 1,300?
It's a bit low. You're getting close to what I paid. How about 1375?
OK, all right, mate, lovely. Thanks.
Yeah, they're nice. Thank you, mate. They're really interesting.
I've got something else, Bruce, which is very, very rare. Have a look at this.
What is that?
It's an SOE, the Special Operations Executives, silk code sheet.
The Special Operations Executive was Britain's resistance unit. Its nickname was Churchill's Secret Army, and it sent undercover agents all over Nazi-occupied Europe. But SOE operatives were a right mixed bag. They hired canny criminals straight out of the prison system. And about a quarter of the agents were women who were trained to kill, lie, burgle and seduce. All to send secrets back to Blighty. To do this, they needed codes. The head of the cryptography unit was Leo Marks, who insisted that the keys to codes carried by spies should be printed on silk.
Why do you think silk?
Well, it's durable. You know, if it was paper, it might get ripped. It's washable. It's lightweight. It could be hidden as a handkerchief.
It's interesting.
The million-dollar question is, how cheap is it?
I was going to ask you £1,200 for it.
£1,200 for hanky. That's a lot of money, mate. I mean, you got some movement on that? £900?
My last price would be £925.
£925?
Yeah.
£925. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that, mate.
Next, me and Freddie take on Mission Impossible.
This stuff's going to be like nails to find, isn't it?
No giggling in class now.
I've got 3 rare funny uniforms here.
And I eavesdrop on German spy radio.
£2.5 grand?
Yes.
You can't even get Radio 1 on it.
beaches of Calais. According to Hitler, one of the most pivotal locations of the entire war. It's no wonder that some of the most important war museums in the world are located here. Word travels fast in this business, and me and Freddie are here to see a chap called Eric Barb, the owner of the Fortitude Museum.
It's awesome, mate. They've recreated a real shop that serviced the German army in Paris. A lot of this stuff was actually made in France as well.
In all of Nazi-occupied Europe, people traded and interacted with the Germans. It's easy to condemn, but it's not so straightforward if you are a poor, terrified tradesman trying to feed his starving family and the SS knocks on the door.
Eric.
Hey,
hello,
Bruce.
mate. Yeah, nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
And I've got to say, this is probably the best collection of uniform I've seen anywhere. But what is that?
That's a very rare handmade coffin. It was made by French resistance, and they put in the letterbox of person who collaborate with the German. And it's written, "We won't forget you at the liberation."
It's a warning to say that you're going to get it when they get liberated, yeah?
Exactly.
Well, dear, oh dear. So, Eric, what can I do for you?
We look to expand the collection with more items from any country about spying, resistance, or everything concerning this.
This stuff's going to be like nails to find, isn't it?
That's why we would love you to help us to find them.
Eric, I'm your man, so leave it with us. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you
OK,
very much.
thanks a lot.
Cheers, thank
Cheers,
you.
then.
That's our challenge set. And back at the ranch, I've given the twins an equally tricky task of kitting out a British Special Operations drop basket. Not as easy as it might seem.
The resistance fighters, I imagine they were really glad to see these because, I mean, they would have been their lifeline, wouldn't they? I would think so. To drop equipment and agents into Nazi-occupied Europe, the SOE was assigned a crack RAF unit flying out of Thamesford, a top-secret Bedfordshire airbase. Where's the bag? Over there.
Well, that little tiny thing.
Yes, apparently it all goes in there, yeah.
You having a laugh?
You keep going as far as you can. Pull it tight.
How's that?
This is all mixed up.
Are you sure about this?
Oh, I don't know. This is going to be a bit more tricky than I thought.
Ah, look at the view. That's England. That is it. You can see England. See it over there? That's England.
Hitler was convinced that the Allies would invade. So he turned the beaches into a fortress, which he called the Atlantic Wall. And you could still see the colossal concrete batteries built here to house massive guns, some aimed at England. With a range of over 50 kilometres, some of these giant German cannons could easily reach British soil and were a constant threat.
Imagine how many troops must have been stationed in just this one bunker.
So you imagine your little Fritz posted here, and you are constantly on alert, waiting for the biggest armada to hit these beaches.
It's time to get back to business and back to Blighty. Eric's spy display won't fill itself, and I know a dealer called Gary who keeps his collection in a top-secret location.
Blooming hell. Dear, you've got some tackle in here, haven't you? Blooming hell, Gary. Do you know what's in here?
OK, I've got 3 rare Fanny uniforms here. It was a First World War unit that went on into the Second World War and did a lot of spying in Europe for the Brits.
The first aid nurse in Yeomanry, or Fanny, were transformed into deadly secret agents, working with the Special Operations Executive. They acted as assassins, spies and saboteurs behind the enemy lines. 13 of them were captured and murdered by the Gestapo.
Lots of them became very famous after the war for their bravery, but these were the uniforms that they would have worn on service in England, so they could blend in as military personnel.
And what sort of money would they be?
They're 250 a jacket.
So you're saying 250 quid? There's 150 quid each.
I'd need a bit more than that. I think 200.
So 600 for the 3, 550 for 3. Go on.
575.
You're hard, man.
OK.
Hi, Ian. How's it going?
Packing a massive wartime parachute into a tiny bag is like doing a giant puzzle.
So we've called on an old mate, Ian Sanford, who is an ex-para. In theory, he should know how to pack a chute.
You've got to put the rigging lines into the bag.
Right.
Yeah, and there's these little tools in here you can use to do that. So these hooks, you can pull them through. You see these loops?
Yeah.
That's what the rigging lines have got to go into.
Okay.
So that'll fold like that, and then we can pull this up. So if you just put your hand on there for me.
Yep.
And then I can put this through this loop.
And pull it through.
I should be able to pull this through here. So look, the rim of the canopy is now on the bag.
So how do you stuff it in there then?
Great difficulty. So that's near enough there.
That's amazing. It's amazing how that all fits in there like that.
So what I've got to do now is I've got to tie this up and then put a bit of string around it. Yeah. That bit of string breaks first. That pulls the canopy out.
Yeah.
And then when it's all at full stretch with a wicker basket, it then snaps that bit of string.
Right.
Canopy deploys and goes down to the ground. And that's roughly how it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Look at that.
It's a cracking piece of Dorset countryside we're in here, Bruce, but who is it we're coming to see?
Well, we're going to see Oliver Barnum. You've met him with me before. I mean, he's been a friend of mine for donkey's years. Sir, nice to see you.
My mate Oliver is an eccentric collector with an eye for the obscure.
This is the thing I really wanted to show you. It may not look very much.
A sandwich box.
One German spy radio set.
Ah, now, that is exactly the sort of thing that I'm really trying to find.
Produced by the German intelligence organisation, the Abwehrs.
Blimey hell. Does this work?
Yes. This comes out and gets plugged in there. So...
Oh, blimey hell, look, little Morse code kit.
The Abwehr was Hitler's spy agency, the Nazi MI6. The German head of intelligence and many Abwehr agents secretly hated Hitler. Agents regularly leaked information to the Allies, helped Jews escape Germany, and were even involved in assassination attempts on him, which led to Hitler dismantling his own intelligence agency in February 1944.
What sort of value are these things?
I've never heard of a German one being offered on the market.
Right.
I'd be looking for 2.5.
2.5 grand?
Yes.
You can't even get Radio 1 on it. 2 grand.
2 grand.
How's that?
Oh. All right.
2 grand, yeah?
2 grand, OK.
All right, done.
All right.
What's that?
That thing, that's a bit of a V1.
Is it? So this is for a V1 flying bomb?
Correct.
Vengeance 1, I understand,
Correct.
yeah?
Yep.
This is the instrument that, when you see them in the films, they're flying along, they just stop. It was a clockwork motion.
Correct, yep.
Look at that.
The V1, or Vengeance 1, as the name suggests, was the forerunner of the V2. Hitler's top secret Wunderwaffen, or wonder weapon. In the last weeks of the war, British and American spies were sent to capture the Nazi rocket scientists to stop them going and doing the same thing to the Russians. Heading the British spy operation was none other than the James Bond creator, Ian Fleming.
Freddie, have a look up there. You're like Spider-Man. Come on.
Bruce?
What is it?
This says England on it.
Right.
But then everything else in here is in German, so...
What's this? Handbag. Oh, blooming hell. God, thanks for that. What are these then, Oliver? Maps?
It's more than just maps. It's town plans, a description of each town.
What, German ones?
All, yeah, prepared by the Germans for the invasion of England.
Operation Sea Lion?
Yes.
Operation Sea Lion was Hitler's master plan to conquer Great Britain. If it had been successful, how different our lives would be today. Hitler had Nazi spies secretly operating here for years before war was declared. They posed as holiday makers and sent back all sorts of information, like locations of power plants and dams, that would have helped them with the invasion. Luckily, the brave pilots of the RAF thrashed the Luftwaffe in the Battle of Britain. Without control of the skies, Operation Sea Lion was a dead duck.
They're in beautiful condition. They are brand new, aren't they?
Well, fortunately, they've never been used.
No, no, no.
Yes.
What sort of money would you want for these, Oliver?
Well, bearing in mind the rarity and the fact that there are almost 200 separate documents here, I wouldn't really want to let it go under 2,500.
Ooh, £2,500. That's a little bit rich for me. I mean, they are rare. There's no question about it.
It is a complete set.
Complete set. 1,500 quid.
£2,000.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Have a look at this. All the aerial reconnaissance photos in there of all those towns.
That's incredible.
Probably all strategic points that they want to capture or destroy.
Yes.
It shows you how good their reconnaissance was.
What is that one, Oliver?
This is a restricted secret document specifically for Sea Lion, and it's dated August 1940.
Right. Eastbourne, look. Blooming Eastbourne.
Yeah.
Now, look at them. Churchill, look. There's actual photographs of targets as well. But it really throws the question out, what if they had invaded and if they had taken the UK, you know, you'd be probably called Herr Kruger now. But this is a real bit of history here.
Next, I do a bit of spying on my own.
If Nick put that paper down and got back to work, it would help.
How did you know that?
My name's Crompton, Bruce Crompton. And we explore a top-secret Nazi lair.
Bit eerie down here, isn't it, you know? Great place for a rave, though.
Just off the coast of France, the Channel Islands have a unique place in history because they were the only part of the British Isles occupied by the Nazis.
You can imagine what life was like here at that time.
That's like a snapshot of what life could have been like under the jackboot if they'd have taken England.
Well, and they very, very nearly did, believe me, you know.
It's extraordinary to think now of jackbooted German troops marching down a British high street like they own the place. Or a British bobby holding open a car door for a Nazi officer. Germany conquered the Channel Islands in 1940 without a fight. Churchill knew it was strategically impossible to defend them. But Hitler was sure that Britain would try to recapture the islands, so he had them heavily fortified. You can still see bunkers everywhere, and outside underground, the Nazis dug an amazing tunnel complex. To build their fortifications and dig their tunnels, the Germans shipped 6,000 slave labourers onto the islands. Slavs and Jews from Poland and Russia were imprisoned in the only concentration camp ever built on British soil. Some prisoners still found a way to resist their captors and reached out to the islanders for help. Local collector Ollie has some poignant reminders of those dark times.
Well, these are interesting. The slave workers made these to swap for food with the locals. I mean, there's that big one, and then there's two little ones.
You've got to think how talented some of these people are, and then they've been dragged away from their homes.
So this is the same as making a ship in a bottle, yeah?
Then they would have slid them through the neck and then pulled them into place with cotton, and then the water went in there, and then they swelled and stayed in position.
They're incredible, mate. I mean, would these people sell, or one of them, or possibly?
I don't really want to sell the big one, because I've always maybe wanted to let that go in a museum eventually, but I may let one of the smaller ones go.
I'd be interested in one of these, yeah?
It's going to have to be about 150 quid, Bruce, because, again, with the history behind it...
I've got to be honest here. Yeah, I wouldn't even argue. Yeah, I'll have that, £150.
Brilliant.
So what else we got in there?
Right, there's something that's a little bit different, but it's very interesting. It was... these little badges were made during the occupation as a form of resistance. You've got the V for victory and the King's head on there.
Well, I'll be.
Well, they just carved them out of a bit of metal or something.
They got a coin. They fretted them out of a coin, and then they sweated the V on the bottom of them. And what they'd done, they wore them under their lapels. When they seen one another in the high street or passing, they would flash them and then flash them back.
So it's a little bit of resistance, but you've got to be careful, yeah?
Yeah.
The V sign was used as a symbol of resistance across occupied Europe, as a piece of graffiti or as a morale-boosting gesture. Every victory, big or small, was a defiant show of resistance.
It's basically sticking two fingers up at the regime, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Because I have a love for this island, I'd love to own one of these. How much would you let me have that for?
If you're keeping it for yourself, not resale, you can have it for 50 quid.
Oh, lovely. Done that, thank you. Listen, I've got to be honest, if I go home with just that, I'll be a happy man.
I'm not out to make money on this. It's a symbol of human spirit, decency and bravery. So to me, it's priceless.
Let's see what's been going on at home. Now, with this new system I've had put in...
Oh, the CCTV system stuff?
Yeah, this is the one that's all been installed now. Now, hopefully, should be able to get a live feed. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, well, it's
And
really
what are they
clear
doing?
pictures.
Drinking tea.
Blue biscuit.
Look, look, look. Right, just a minute. Let's give him a little bit of a shock.
Hello, Bruce.
Hello. Yeah, it's me.
Hello. What can I do for you?
How's that engine start coming on?
Yeah, it's getting there.
All right, you're actually working on it, are you? Yeah.
Yeah, we've got our hands full.
Well, maybe if Nick put that paper down and got back to work, it would help.
Yeah, sure thing, boss.
All right, see you later, bye.
How did he know that?
Freddie, Sue and Self are taking the ferry from Guernsey to Jersey. We're trying to gain access to the top-secret tunnel complex built by the Nazis.
That's where we were earlier, wasn't it, this morning? That's
Yep.
the Petersport, that's the castle. Lovely though, isn't it? I could definitely live here.
The Nazis thought they were running a model occupation. Island life was completely locked down. Boats, radios, telephones were all confiscated, and newspapers were banned. The Germans were prepared for a massive Allied attack that never came.
Oh, what did you all that round for?
I thought we might get it going.
Searchlights were vital for both sides. They worked alongside anti-aircraft guns at night.
Knock that travel lock off the front.
All right, we got hold of it.
Yeah.
Right. Right, there you go. Let's get on here. Oh, typical German. Everything's stowed in the right place, isn't it?
Okay. See, so this must go up here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Try that.
What happens if you take this cover off and have a look inside?
Can see the problem? Like my wire jammed in there.
To hold it still.
Yeah.
This looks deliberate to me. Unlike the Allies, the Germans used slave labour to build their military equipment, and it's common to find that German kit that's been deliberately sabotaged by workers.
Oh, that's well and truly jammed in there, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I'll just jiggle this around a bit and see if that releases it, all right?
Okay.
Oh, that's got it. Okay, there's the mirror lens, look at that.
The bulb doesn't have to be strong because the mirror focuses and amplifies the beam to a power of 135 million candles, so you can spot a plane 5 kilometres away.
That's kind of amazing.
Right. This is good, isn't it?
That water don't half look enticing. What's that like? Is it cold?
What, the ice cream?
No, your feet.
Yeah, freezing.
Got numb.
Just had a phone call, finally. Tracked someone down. He's got access to the tunnels, everything. He's expert on all the stuff. He wants to know if you're interested.
100%, mate. It's exactly what we want, is access to the tunnels.
After the war, the tunnels were sealed up, and no one is normally allowed entry.
Because there's still stuff in these tunnels. See, it's all coming together now on the beach. Very, very nice. What a lovely scene here.
I mean, I've never been here before, so it's great.
Oh. Is it freezing? No. I love it.
Oh, it's actually got a cage over it then, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty well secure.
Right, just climb straight over, Paul, yeah?
Yeah, straight over.
I ain't done this since I was a kid. Wind your crown jewel. There you go. There's all kinds of bits and pieces down here. I mean, they really did dump everything, didn't they? They're 88 wings.
It's an 88 wing, yeah.
Oh, off the anti-aircraft?
Yeah. They must have had them all over the island.
Yeah, there were 6 heavy flak batteries here.
Yeah, I look, rounds, bullets. Look at those. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What is that? Is some sort of ammunition limber?
Yeah.
But it's for all sorts of stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Because a lot of people think the Germans only had, you know, armoured vehicles, but they didn't. Like, most of their army was horse and carts. The driver would sit here, his feet would go on there, the horses would be at the front here, like an old stagecoach. I've seen worse than this being restored.
Yeah.
You know? It's really interesting, mate. I mean, is there a lot more down here?
Yeah.
I mean, when was this one built, Paul? Do you know?
Work started February 42.
How many tunnels are there?
There are 21 tunnels.
And they're all sort of this scale? Or
no, there's a lot of small personnel tunnels for people to shelter in from an aerial bombardment.
Bit eerie down here, isn't it, you know?
Yeah, drips. And...
Great place for a rave, though.
Next, it's time to go undercover.
2 Glacio Wineo.
Oh, my God. Freddie cracks the code.
Da, 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 da.
And I get my hands on a not-so-golden gun.
He'd be about as much good as a chocolate teapot in the French Resistance.
On my hunt for rare spy and resistance gear, me and Freddie are in the south of France, where the people stood their ground against the Nazis. These weren't trained soldiers or killers, but a secret underground army of ordinary folk.
You been in Toulouse before?
Yes, once. Nice drop of wine, that does. Bonjour, monsieur.
Hey, bonjour.
2 Glacio Wineo.
Oh, my God.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bruce.
Couple of glasses of wine. My French is perfect. Wouldn't have Smell.
Yeah. Try it?
No.
No? I actually find the French people very friendly and hospitable. I think the key to it is to try and speak their lingo, and I think I'm getting better.
In August 1944, the resistance actually succeeded in kicking the Nazis out of Toulouse. The French resistance are probably the most well-known World War II spies, but covert activities, by their very nature, get less attention than the open military action. So some of the bravest fighters and spies who risk torture and execution have gone unrecognised and unrecorded.
This is a place I've always wanted to come because this was a big area for the resistance, disabling railways, blowing up factories, all that sort of stuff.
Their main source of resupply was by the RAF.
There were airdrops all over this area, and there are rich pickings down here.
In 1940, the French army was considered the strongest in the world, so the speed of the Nazi victory was a terrible shock. The French World War I general, Marshal Pétain, said there was little choice but to accept defeat. Soon, resistance grew towards both the Nazis and the French collaborators.
The guy we're going to see today, you reckon he's got some nice bits?
His grandfather was in the resistance down in Toulouse, and he's been handed down all kinds of stuff. Yeah, look, this has got to be him. Is it?
I don't know, what's he driving?
Oh, yeah, this is him, yeah. Bonjour, Kevin. Kevin, this is Freddie, sorry.
Hello, nice to meet you, Freddie.
Very nice.
I have some beer for you.
Beer?
Yeah.
Oh,
is it
never
beer
turned a
o'clock
beer down.
already? French beer?
French, yes, of course.
Oh, lovely. Nice and cold.
He can't have
Frank.
one, he's driving.
Oh, do you enjoy it?
Very nice. God, that's lovely, you'd love that.
Mm.
What you got for us, Kevin?
I have a clandestine radio.
Right.
Handmade. It's a receptor.
Right.
Using during the war.
Right.
By resistance to listen the BBC.
This is London calling.
Every evening, the BBC announcer would say, "And now for some personal messages," followed by all kinds of weird phrases like, "Romeo is kissing Juliet." These were coded messages to the resistance, but some were pure nonsense, designed to put the Germans off the scent.
Before D-Day, they were actually playing Beethoven's Fifth, because the first 4 notes is Morse code for V, and the V was for victory. So you had da 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 da. The night before D-Day, Allied High Command gave the BBC 200 messages to broadcast. Within just 24 hours, the resistance had carried out 1,000 acts of sabotage, crippling German communications and supply lines.
Ah, yeah, look. Resistance badges, yeah?
Yeah.
These are original?
When looking for a symbol around which resistance could rally, a naval commander of the Free French Forces suggested the Cross of Lorraine, emblem of French heroine Joan of Arc.
Original.
Nice. Very, very, very nice. FFI, yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. CFP.
CFP, corps franc pommiers.
This is exactly what I've come here to find.
At first, resistance forces weren't organised, but later in the war, they coordinated under the name of the French Forces of the Interior, or FFI.
And this obviously is an armband made up?
Made for the FFE of Toulouse.
Of Toulouse?
Yes.
Before I get too excited, is this for sale?
Not all.
Some?
Some, yes.
OK, fine. Well, the Toulouse one, very interested in.
OK.
One of the CFP, possible?
Yes.
And maybe that one as well. So, what would be your best price for these?
It's 100 for each.
100 euros each?
Yes.
I'm very happy with that.
Each armband has a fascinating story to tell and will be a moving addition to Eric's spy exhibit in his museum.
Have you got any idea what goes in this basket?
Anything the resistance needed, they would have dropped in these things.
All right.
We'll do this one as 303 ammunition.
Yeah.
And we'll put the boxes in and we'll lay the stain gun on top.
Hey, look at that.
Well, I would say that's almost made for them, don't you? Look at that. Can we get two more in there? Right, Jeff. Yeah. Right, here's the sten. I'll just wrap this blanket round it. That'll help protect it, won't it?
That turned out quite good, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It was really good.
The guy we're going to see, his name's Giles.
We're off to see a man who has a very special collection of militaria. An entire arsenal of genuine resistance weapons.
Stens. Can I have a look? Yeah. Of course. I mean, obviously, these were part of the resistance. And
very important part.
These were dropped by their thousands down here, and this area must be awash. All over here, yeah?
At the start of the war, Britain was spending a whopping $200 a pop on imported American submachine guns. So it started mass-producing Stens, as they were a lot cheaper.
This is a light automatic which can eventually be manufactured at a cost of under £2.
Resistance fighters liked the Sten because it was lightweight and, crucially, it could be quickly concealed.
I mean, Freddy's an expert.
He knows his guns, no question about him. Perfect. This is an MP28, the German machine pistol. Beautifully made and expensive. The SS Gestapo used these. Beautiful weapon, very deadly, but too expensive to make. So it'd be great to do a comparison if we could fire these. Compare the two.
Why not?
Let's have a go. We take them over.
See.
First up, the German MP28.
I've always wanted to do a full mag with one of these.
It's only taken a second to fire the whole lot.
That was incredible.
I'll tell you what.
Listen, that was 25 rounds gone.
It shows how much ammunition you'd have had to carry around with you if you were firing that.
The problem was, I ain't hit nothing.
We'll see if I have any more luck.
Go on, you have a go.
Now, let's see what the Sten can do.
How did that go?
Gone. Incredible. Again, like me, you hit nothing.
Let's go for the green one then.
OK, all right, let's have a go. That's awesome. There's no kick, there's no rise up to it at all. Awesome. You don't even know you're firing it.
No.
You gonna have a go at that?
Yeah, yeah.
That was more aggressive. It was all right little growler.
If that cost a lot more money to make than that, this is probably the better weapon overall.
That cost a fortune. That's all machined. That, 5 and 6. So, we'd be about as much good as a chocolate teapot in the French resistance, I'm telling you. What would be the price of 5?
500 euro each.
500?
Yeah.
500.
Right, 400 for you.
400 euros each. I'll take them. Oh, there you go.
Hey. Like a true Frenchman, Giles has brought champagne to celebrate our new business relationship.
Giles, cheers, and here's to many, many years of good business and good companionship. Cheers, and thank you very much.
Vive la resistance! Vive la France!
Well done.